Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're jumping right into how a tiny, seemingly basic terminal command can actually give you absolute superpowers over your computer's file system. If you've ever felt like the terminal is just this dark, intimidating void, you are definitely not alone. But the truth is, it's the ultimate command center. And navigating it like a pro, well, that starts with one single, incredibly powerful tool, the ls command. We're going to break down exactly how to master it. Now, take a look at this incredibly intimidating string of text. DRWX. You get the idea. If you're newer to navigating file systems via the command line, this probably looks like absolute gibberish, right? Like some secret code ripped straight out of the Matrix. It looks like an error or something you absolutely shouldn't touch. But I promise you, by the end of this explainer, we are going to decode this together. You'll not only know exactly what this means, but you're actually going to rely on it to manage your system. All right, Section 1, the terminal's most used command, your absolute baseline tool. When you first open up a text-based terminal, you're basically flying completely blind. There are no visual folders, no icons, nothing. Enter the ls command. As the definition lays out, it's simply used to list files and directories right where you're sitting. Think of ls as your baseline tool. It's literally the flashlight you flip on in a pitch-black room to see exactly what's sitting right in front of you. Without it, you can't navigate, but with it? Moving on to Section 2, basic syntax and output, getting those immediate results. Let's look at the immediate output you get when you start typing. If you just type the letters ls into your terminal and hit enter, boom, the basic output gives you a quick, clean lay of the land. Documents, downloads, pictures. It's super simple, it gets the job done, but honestly, it's really only scratching the surface. Here is where it gets fun. The crucial point is that ls comes with options. You can think of them as filters you attach to the command. And we've got a great roadmap for leveling up today. We're looking at -l, -a, -la, -lh, and specific directory paths. Each of these unlocks a completely new layer of system insight. Let's break them down one by one. Section 3, unlocking the long format for some seriously detailed insights. Our first major upgrade from the basic flashlight is learning how to extract all these hidden details. This comparison brilliantly illustrates the massive leap in context. When you just run the basic command, you're practically blind, just names. But by adding just the -l option to make it ls-l, wow, that single documents folder expands into a highly detailed row of vital data. So what does that intimidating text string actually mean? Remember that matrix code we looked at earlier? Turns out it's just a really well-organized list. When you use ls-l, the terminal hands you the permissions of the file or directory, the owner of that file, its size, and the exact date and time it was created or modified. It's essentially the complete fingerprint of your data, presented perfectly in a single line. Take this notes.txt file, for instance. Seeing a string like this might have made you sweat a little bit at first, but now you know exactly what you're looking at. You can see the permissions way over on the left. You can see that the user owns it. You can see that the file size is exactly 120 bytes. And you can see it was last modified on June 9th at 9:30 a.m. You just went from simply knowing a file exists to knowing its entire backstory in a fraction of a second. Let's hit Section 4, revealing the hidden files so we can see absolutely everything. Believe it or not, your file system actively hides things from you to keep your workspace clean. But by using the -a option, which stands for all, you get the VIP backstage pass. In Linux and Unix systems, crucial configuration files start with a period, which automatically hides them from the standard ls output so you don't accidentally delete them. Type ls-a though, and the curtain is pulled completely back to reveal absolutely everything. And now, Section 5, Mastering Combined Options. This is where we start stacking superpowers. This is the really fun part. You don't actually have to run these commands one at a time. When we combine -l for the long format and -a for all the hidden files, we get ls-la. This exposes everything in full detail. We instantly see the hidden .bashrc and .profile files right alongside our standard documents folder, completely loaded with their permissions, owners, and sizes. It is 100% complete visibility. Oh, and here is an absolute game changer for your daily workflow, ls-lh. We know the L gives us the long format, but adding the H is incredible. It stands for human readable. Without it, the file sizes in the long format are just displayed in raw bytes, which leaves you doing mental math trying to figure out if a file is a few kilobytes or a few gigabytes. By typing ls-lh, the terminal instantly translates that confusing byte soup into human-readable megabytes or gigabytes. It makes managing your storage space infinitely easier. And finally, it is so vital to remember that you are not trapped wherever you currently are in the terminal. You don't have to physically navigate into a folder just to see what's inside it. You can simply use ls combined with a specific file path to scout out any directory on your computer remotely. If you're in Documents but want to see what's in Downloads, you literally just type ls followed by the path to Downloads. You act as an all-seeing eye able to inspect any corner of your system without moving a single inch. So as our source sums it up perfectly, the ls command is one of the most frequently used commands for navigating and managing files in Linux and Mac OS terminals. It's honestly impossible to overstate its importance. These simple, stackable inputs are the absolute foundation of managing a computer like a pro. Once you memorize this handful of options, the terminal totally stops being a scary black box and becomes your most highly efficient workspace. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. You are now fully armed with the ability to completely decode, visualize, and navigate your file system. You can expose hidden configurations, read complex file permissions, and translate system data into human-readable formats, all with just a few quick keystrokes. So my question to you is, what will you explore next? I seriously encourage you to open up your terminal right now, type in ls-la, and see exactly what fascinating things your system has been hiding right beneath the surface. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy exploring.